You've probably heard of Bitcoin, maybe even bought some. But have you ever wondered, what does mining actually mean? Are there digital pickaxes involved? Let's break it down. Okay, first things first. Bitcoin is a digital currency. It only exists on computers. No coins, no paper bills. But unlike traditional money, there's no central bank or company controlling Bitcoin. So how does it stay secure and how do people make sure no one cheats? That's where mining comes in. Bitcoin mining is the process that keeps the Bitcoin network running, verifies transactions, and puts new Bitcoins into circulation. But no, it's not people digging in virtual caves. It's powerful computers solving complex math problems. Let's zoom out for a second. Bitcoin runs on something called the blockchain. Imagine the blockchain as a giant public notebook where every Bitcoin transaction ever made is written down. It's a chain of blocks where each block holds a bunch of transactions. But before a block can be added to the chain, someone has to check that all the transactions inside are valid. That's where miners come in. Miners compete to solve a kind of math puzzle, a process called proof of work. Here's the deal. Every 10 minutes or so, a new block of transactions is ready to be added. But the system doesn't just let anyone stick it on. Miners race to find a special number called a nonce that, when combined with the block's data, creates a hash, basically a unique digital fingerprint. But here's the twist. The hash has to meet a very specific requirement. Think of it like playing a giant game of lottery where miners are guessing numbers over and over, hoping to hit the jackpot. A hash is like a summary code of data. If you change even one letter in the data, the entire hash changes. For example, the phrase "Bitcoin is awesome" might produce a hash like E8F7 ... But if you change it to "Bitcoin is awesomes," just adding ands, the hash completely changes. That's why it's useful. It's nearly impossible to fake transactions without changing the hash, which would break the whole chain. Why do miners need to work so hard? Because the Bitcoin network intentionally makes mining difficult. The system adjusts the difficulty to make sure a block is only added every approximately 10 minutes, no matter how many miners join. So, as more miners enter, the puzzles get harder. This ensures a steady flow of new Bitcoins and keeps inflation under control. You're probably wondering, why would anyone spend thousands of dollars on electricity and mining rigs just to play this math lottery? Simple. Rewards. Every time a miner successfully adds a block, they get a block reward. Currently, 6.25 Bitcoins as of 2025. Plus, they collect transaction fees from the payments inside the block. But there's a twist. Every 4 years, the reward cuts in half. This is called the halving, and it makes Bitcoin more scarce over time. Now here's where things get controversial. Mining uses a lot of energy. Remember, miners are running massive computers 24/7, racing against each other. Some estimates say Bitcoin uses as much electricity as small countries. This has sparked a debate about sustainability. Some miners are now switching to renewable energy, and some newer cryptocurrencies are using alternative systems like proof of stake, which use much less energy. Back in 2010, you could mine Bitcoin on a regular laptop and maybe make a small fortune. Today, not so much. You'd need specialized machines called ASICs, application-specific integrated circuits, access to cheap electricity, a deep tolerance for risk. Most people today either buy Bitcoin directly or invest in mining companies, rather than setting up a home mining operation. So, quick recap. Bitcoin mining keeps the network secure and verifies transactions. Miners race to solve math puzzles to add blocks to the blockchain. They get rewarded in Bitcoin and transaction fees. The process is energy intensive but central to how Bitcoin works. So next time someone says they're a Bitcoin miner, no, they're not covered in digital dirt. They're part of a global race to keep the world's most famous cryptocurrency alive.